All right. Nick coming in hot here with a tight end recruiting question. Despite Jack Nichols' commitment, ND has offered a few other tight ends. Do you see Raridan as a possible X receiver? Could they see Mitchell Evans as an offensive lineman getting to campus? So a couple of those tight ends maybe moving positions, Brian.
I do not see Scott Raridan. Look at me. I'm calling him by his dad's name. I did not see Eli Raridan as an X receiver. I don't think he has the speed. I think his skill set would diminish as an X receiver. Having said that, he's a tight end who you can do certain things with, including occasionally putting him outside and allowing him to match up because he's so big. I mean, he's 6'6", 6'7", definitely got his dad's length. That's for sure. And of course, there's also another tight end that was recently decommitted from Penn State that they're making a push for. And I believe it was Tom Loy at 247 Sports recently put a crystal ball in for him to Notre Dame. So, I'm really curious what's going on at tight end because you've got, like you said, you've got Mitchell Evans in last year's class. I don't think Mitchell Evans is a guy that they recruited to play offensive line. Now, could it happen? Sure. Because, one thing about Mitchell Evans, he showed up on campus every bit as 6'7", probably 6'6", 240, but he looks like he's 12 years old. I mean, if you ever seen a picture of Mitchell Evans, he looks like he's a little kid. I mean, and what I mean by that is he's like Michael Mayer showed up on campus looking like a grown 23-year-old man. I mean,
right, exactly.
the point being is like when you look at some kids, they got the baby face, they've got, the build of, he's got a very young body, which means you get that guy in Matt Bayless' strength program. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, he could add 60 pounds, and you're not even trying to add 60 pounds, and it just naturally takes care of itself. I don't, however, think that's their objective, at least early on. Could it happen? Sure. Do I hope it happens? No, because then I think that'd be a wasted scholarship, and now you sign 6 offensive linemen in one class. And 2 of them are huge projects, and another one is just sort of a depth guy, so that to me would not be an ideal situation. I'm just curious. I don't want to speculate too much, but I just there's got to be something more that we're not necessarily seeing or being told about the tight end recruiting. Because it looks like, from my understanding, is they wouldn't necessarily pass on either Stace or Raridan. Yeah. Which is like, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. You're not going to take 3 tight ends in a class, even if you have Mitchell Evans moving to offensive line. So I'm very curious to kind of see what happens here. And that's all I'm going to say. Because like I said, I don't want to speculate too much on that because that may be unfair because it would be speculation. It's not something I'm told. But I do think there's more to this that eventually is going to become clear over the next month or two.